Well, last year was definitely a process. We had a pretty good team. Like we were ranked ninth in the nation, so I was able to pick up a lot of like skills and lessons from a lot of the older guys. Like I'm one of the older guys on the team. Um, we had great senior leadership last year from Charles Rosenberg and Jack Burchett. They pretty much showed us the way. Me and Jamie, like and Kevin Hine, we're going to be leaders on the team this year. So we know what to expect over the summer. Like we put in a lot of work, and we know exactly what we need to do to win. Last year, we beat the two teams that won the national championship, so that shows that we have what it takes to be where we want to be. So myself personally, I guess it's important for me to be able to knock down shots. So all that comes with repetition. Also, I had to work on my defensive principles. So like that comes from. I was in the promo over the summer. Like I got games in with a lot of guys on the team. Just being in the right spot and paying attention to detail. That's really what makes a difference on defense. And a lot of it comes from effort too. So a lot of it is mental prep. But other than that, just getting in the gym, working on ball handling, getting shots up. Everything comes with repetition, like I said. So we have a lot of guys coming off of injuries right now. Like our leading scorer, one of our best players last year, is still coming off a foot injury. So I think right now everybody's just trying to come together as a team. In practices like today, when we started off, it was kind of rough. It's important that we go hard as much as possible, and giving us back-to-back tough drills is going to do that for us, and it's going to make us tougher, and we're going to need to be tough, especially in the CCIW, where the refs are real lenient on giving fouls, and you got to be tough and play through as much as possible. So on days like today, it's all about mental. You got to stay mentally engaged and stay tough.
I was very vocal, had that leadership role. I step into that same role here at North Central. When we're during games, you'll probably see me up out my seat the exact same way you would see me, on the court yelling. I'm yelling plays, I'm yelling our defensive signals. So you have those type of similarities in terms of being a vocal leader. As a coach, you have more kids looking up to you in terms of, I've been through this before, so I know what's going on. I know the blueprint. I know what we need to do to get back to that same type of level. And then the difference is obviously, I'm in a suit and tie now instead of, actually being in the arena in terms of actually on the court and having other people watch me play. It's tough because, you want to be on that court with those guys, but at the same time, you feel like as a coach, you've prepared these guys in the correct manner, so when they step on the court, they're prepared just as I was when I was on the court. The most central message, and anyone who's ever played for Todd Raritan, whether you're playing and now you work for him, is you can control two things, and that's your effort and that's your rebounding. You can control those two things, you're gonna win most of your games. And under effort, there's this umbrella. Your rebounding, your defense, your hustle, all those things fall under your effort levels. Coach preached every year while I was here the same things he's preaching now, which is if you control those things, you play good defense. He's not so much worried about your offense, but if you let your defense control your offense, you're going to start to see guys step into good offensive roles because they're not so much caring about what they're doing on offense, as opposed to you got to make sure at the end of the day your defense is locked down, and then you get stops. You don't have to score as many points on the other end, but you have to make sure you jump into that role and you play good defense and you give your 110% effort. Because without that, you're probably just another 500 ball club. Most importantly, we got to make sure our guys are ready as soon as they step on the court. And those type of things, like I said earlier, coach is preaching defensive rebounding, so we'll do, a 5-minute defensive drill where it just pushes our guys to get ready. And then if you look at it for this upcoming year, just like in the last couple of years past, we start the year with number 6 Mount Union. We get to get another top 25 Chicago opponent as well. We play Stevens Point again, who's also in the top 10. So coach really makes sure that the non-conference portion of our schedule, he will schedule your average teams or your below average teams, but he makes sure that you get the top-notch quality in the non-conference because like we were discussing before, when you have to face Augustana at Augustana, who is the preseason #1, we go at Wheaton, that's never an easy game. All those type of games, our playoff atmosphere. And if you're not prepared, you will get smacked in the mouth. I think Coach Raiden does a great job in terms of once we get to that part of the year, the conference schedule that is, we will start to scale back practice because we understand the type of toll these guys will take. It's not an easy game. It's physical. It's dominating. So you got to make sure we get our work in practice and we get out. But at the end of the day, Coach Raiden always makes sure that we are always prepared and our guys are ready to go.